Hello, everybody. Hi. Hope everyone's doing good on this Monday and had a good weekend. Um, we did. Just another foggy day again. All weekend. Cold. Everything's the same, you know. But if you're new here, hi. Welcome. I'm Jenny, and this is Jenny G Stitches and Crafts. And if you're not, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back again. I just figured I'll jump on here and show y'all. Well, this is my blanket so far. You can tell what I've been doing since my last video. It's just a little mindless, easy stitch, which I like. Just, figured I'll record over here. There's no one home right now, which is what I like to do, is record when no one's home, so I don't have any interruptions or anything. But yeah, I just figured I'll hop on here, work on my blanket, and just talk with y'all. And if you working on something too, we can crochet together. I don't have much left. You see? So I don't know if this is going to be a good size. Well, I don't know. I guess I got to see at the end if this is going to be a good size lap blanket, little lap blanket, you know? Or if I had to buy one more of those balls. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just doing this granny square. Yeah. Well, what did I do yesterday? Nothing outside because it was cold. I did finally watch the movie Scrooge with Bill Murray. I like to watch that every year. It just, I don't know. It just, oh no, don't tell me it's gonna, okay. I thought I was gonna knot up. It just, something I've just been watching, kind of been into since it came out years ago. But let's see, I did that. Of course, I worked on this. And I worked on this other project, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It was like, you know those cones, like when you get done with those cotton, big old bundle of cotton yarn, and you're left with like this cone, this cardboard cone. Well, I was thinking, okay, maybe I can do like a little Christmas tree or something. And so for the tree part, I was just doing a like a rose, you know how you do a rose petal style, and then I painted it green, and then I was gonna wrap it around. But I don't know, I guess the idea in my head was seem a lot better, or it seemed like it's gonna look a lot better than it actually come out. I hate that. Don't y'all hate that when that happens? Like you get these ideas of something to make, and then it didn't quite come out as you thought it would. But I guess you'll never know unless you try. You know, it's better to try and not have done it at all, I guess, like they say. But, you know, it is getting to the end of December, and it got me. It has me thinking about what I want to do for next year as projects wise. And I was thinking, you know, in my last video, how I showed y'all that lap blanket my grandma did. And then it was last week too, I saw a lady post. It was actually a couple ladies at two different places. There's a city that's like 10 minutes from here for the residents, their senior residents. It's a little place, and she was asking for, of course, like some lap blankets, teddy bears, and candy canes, but it was like 209 residents in that one. And it got me to start thinking about next year projects. So I was like, oh. So I sent her a message to see for next year if they accept like crochet lap blankets, and if so, like what's the requirements, you know? Is there certain sizes, or I don't know if they even accepted it, you know? Let's just start there. And I think she messaged me back right now, right before I was gonna start this video, so I'll see what she says. And I was thinking that's something I can work out throughout the year, along with, of course, I want to do some beanies, some hats, and I think my lap blankets, though, I'm gonna try and keep them like unisex colors, you know, like it can, I don't want to do all pink on one, or, you know, I want to make it where it doesn't matter if a woman or a man gets it, the colors is okay, you know, that way they don't have to, make it easier for them to pass out. And but yeah, and then I don't know, I have a couple other ideas, but I'm not sure yet, so that's why I don't want to mention it yet. Yeah, so if y'all know some quick easy patterns, and patterns that don't it doesn't eat a lot of yarn for a lap blanket, you know, I'll appreciate that if you can post them in the community, or just let me know in the comments, the website or whatever. And the other place that's right here where I live, they didn't really ask for blankets. They were asking more for clothes, you know, and cookies and stuff like that. I think that place is actually connected to like a hospital. So maybe that's why the blankets, you know, they weren't really asking. So, but I know I want to say there's this adoption center or something right here. I don't know. I gotta check. I know I've been here maybe 9 years, but I told you, I pretty much stayed to myself. So that's what me doing this channel, you know, some goals, trying to get myself out there more. The volunteer work I was doing at the library for like their book sale, that they do a few times a year, which the lady did contact me over the weekend. No, last weekend, sorry. It was last Saturday. She texted me and asked me in January if I can do, you know, volunteer for the book sale. I was like, yeah, just a couple hours, and I can take my crochet with me. It's really easy. You just sit there. The shifts I've been getting, I think if I had two people, because it was towards the end. I mean, you get to pick your shift too, which is nice. And but usually what's left for me to pick is like usually towards the end of the book sale. So usually the first day, everyone, you know, including myself, I go there on the first day because after that, anything good is pretty much gone. They sell books either for 50 cents to $1. DVDs also for $1. I got like um the season sets, you know, of The Office. I'm only missing 2 season sets, box sets, and I got each box set for $1. So, you know, and I got a couple books which I ended up mailing to a friend of mine. We usually send books back and forth to each other, like stuff we have read or we're done with, you know, kind of a deal. And where she lives in a small town too, in Arkansas. Her library doesn't, or she says that they don't have that right there. She wished they did. So, yeah, I do that. And, you know, I remember because it brings back memory. When my kids were young, I would take them to the library, you know, like one usually does, and do the activities and get, you know, check out some books. So, you know, that helps out because our library, they had cut back the hours because of the funding. And then just recently I think they added 2 more days, which is nice. So they got a little funding, but I don't mind that volunteer work. Just like I said, it's just a couple hours, easy. You just, okay, you got this and that. Okay, that's $5, you know, that's it. You just sit there and I'll probably videotape it. And maybe I'll put in a video or something. This last time I did bring my crochet stuff. And I just sat there, I did a couple coasters, sunflower coasters. So, oh, I got a big one knot. Oh no. I hope that don't turn into a huge fat knot. Yeah, so I'm gonna do that in January. And you see my tree? Now, this is a cross stitch. You know what? I'll probably take some off and just show you guys in another video, like up close, these Christmas ornaments. I didn't make that, but that is a cute one. Looks like a sugar cookie. And this isn't even all my ornaments. My older kids haven't even put theirs up yet. We've been kind of slacking this year on that. It seems as if the older my kids get, the less stuff I put out. Because I would have a lot above the fireplace, like up there where that soldier teddy bear is. I would have a lot of stuff. I don't know. It's like dragging it in and out. I think that's why I usually wait until after Thanksgiving to put my Christmas tree up. But I feel like once you put it up, you gotta take it down so quick. So I think that's why I went ahead and put it up in November. So I don't have to put it away so quick. I think being lazy, I don't know. I don't know. Then you got a knot going on. This freaking yarn barf. Look at that. The yarn barf. Oh no. Just gotta careful work with that, I guess. Yep, and I was thinking, oh, I can do a get some easy pattern lap blankets, and I can just sit and crochet with y'all on a easy pattern. I won't be distracted. Like, I can still talk with y'all and still crochet and still have tons of other things going in my head of things I gotta do. And oh, but with the volunteer work, with the library, like I was saying, I don't mind about that, because the other volunteer, or I like to play around and call it volunteer work, is housework. I don't like to do. Nope. You guys hear my dog? Oh my goodness. They don't want to come in. They don't want to. I leave my workshop door open and they have beds over there. They don't want to go in there. They want to stay right here next to the, right here under this porch on their beds here. I don't know if it's, they feel like they have to stay out there and on these beds right here, like security wise. And I don't know. This weather got him howling. His name is Cosmo. But yep, so I'll probably do more videos just sitting here crocheting with y'all. Like I said, but when I have the house by myself, I'll come over here and do a recording, and not always in my room in my chair. And this time, I actually have the tree over here, and y'all can see some of the big tree. But yeah, does everyone have their shopping done? I'm pretty much, I'm done. I just got to do the next step, is wrapping. So I got to go to the dollar store. I need to go to the dollar store this week and get some like shirt boxes. So I like it. I like to get the ones with the design on it already. I'm not a big present wrapper. I'm not too big on that. So I like to get the, you know, those t-shirt boxes with the designs already on them, because it's less work you got to do. Yeah, I got to get some of those. I think I need more bows. I got to check on that. But y'all been thinking about what you want to do, like goals for next year and your crocheting? Leave in the comments if you have thought about some things. Maybe give me more ideas. I have another idea I thought about doing. Or I've already said that, I think. Yeah, I already mentioned to y'all how I saw a car drive. It started to slow down. About the you know, two other ideas. I'm just not sure, because one of them is making a bunch of like little Christmas ornaments, like, you know, maybe a little crochet, a little stocking, or, you know, a little something that's easy, like those little easy ones that I showed y'all in that, and not in the last video, video before that, where you can just pass out to little kids. You know, that looks like a worry worm, but you put a wooden bead for the head. You know, little things like that. I've thought about making a bunch, and when they do the Christmas parade here, maybe pass them out. But I'm only a one person. That's going to be a lot to do besides my other projects. So I need to really think of which one I really want to do. You know. Oh, yeah. And I realized what it is about this metal hook. That's it, is the metal hook. It's like a sensory thing. Like, and I know in my last video, it felt so weird because I'm not used to a really fat metal, but I've gotten used to it, and I'm moving faster than I did at the very beginning. I mean, it's still a little weird, but not as bad as it was. Yeah, my phone cut off. But anyways, I've gotten used to this hook. But it still feels a little weird, but it's a lot better than before. And I had to fix the other light I had. So if the lighting looks different, that's why too. But I'm probably gonna have to get off here soon because I think my storage on my phone, I gotta check because I record on my phone. I gotta check because I don't have one of those phones that have a lot of gigabytes, so you can storage a lot of stuff. I need to look into that if I'm gonna record more. And because, you know, you save a bunch of patterns on your phone, stuff you see. I save a lot of patterns for cross stitching or, of course, crocheting. Thinking, oh, I'm gonna print it out. That's why I save it. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna, when I get off here, I gotta do some volunteer work here. When I get off here, I'm gonna have to do some volunteer work here in the house. You know, it's Monday. What am I gonna do for dinner? I forgot. I think I was gonna do chicken fajitas. Because yesterday I did rice and beans. I usually do that on Sunday, rice and beans. So that way, because I do my husband's lunches in the morning, I typically do a burrito for him or sandwiches. Like there was some leftover meat. So I'll cut up that meat yesterday. What I did this morning, I mean, I cut it up, stuck it in heat up the beans and rice and made him a burrito for lunch. So, yeah, and I'm gonna see about that with those lap blankets. I'm serious. I'm trying to tell myself, you don't need to go buy yarn to do blankets because I probably have like 1 or 2 of certain colors, but not like big old pounders, those 1 pounders, which, you know, so I gotta try, and that's another thing I gotta try and do next year is just start using up stuff I have on hand and not just go out all buying. I know it's so pretty and you want it so bad, so it feels like you need it, but yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna have to start ending this soon. And well, if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe. And if you guys can please hit that like button, I'll appreciate that. And I appreciate you coming back every week, you guys, and watching the videos. This was one of my goals this year. So I started that. I gotta keep going. I have met so many wonderful people in the crochet community here on the channel. So I appreciate y'all when you reach out. I do. You are seen. I appreciate that. And I love all these vlogmas going on. Really neat, really neat. Great ways to use up your scrap yarn. Yeah, other than that, I think that's it. I'm gonna maybe I'll do a few more rows of this, but you all see that color? That's that peppermint plaid. It's coming out. You can totally see it. I think this would be a good little movie blanket. Just sit here, watch TV. Yep. But okay. I'm gonna have to end it here, and you guys have a good week. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do another video this week. I probably will if I can clean up some storage on my phone. Probably hop on. If I do any other makes, I'll show y'all that, of course. Maybe I'll show y'all my little cross stitch little ornaments I've done. And if I'm done with this already, of course I'll show y'all that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And you guys just have a good week. Remember, it's crazy out there. Just take your time and be alert, because people are driving crazy. It's the time of the year they steal more, I feel like, too. So y'all be careful out there. All right, and you guys take care, and see you in the next one. Bye.